What if I told you you can make rich compost like this in less than 3 weeks? Stick around, let's have a look. Welcome back to Nuwe Blare Homestead. My name is Raoul and this is my compost area. Here I've got some compost that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. This is mostly just chicken bedding from my chicken coop. It's aspen shavings and chicken manure mixed together. But the one thing I do have an excess and an abundance of living in Arizona is tumbleweed. And so what I have figured out is that I can actually use this tumbleweed as compost, and I can take something that is an invasive species and something that I don't want into something useful like compost. And I've actually got a bed full of tumbleweed compost. So join me while I put together another compost pile with some chicken bedding and some tumbleweed. So this is my tumbleweed pile. This tumbleweed I gathered at the end of last year when it was all drying up, and I just put it in a big pile here, and I've just been walking over it from time to time to help break all the sticks down into much smaller pieces. I gathered a bunch here in a tub, and we're going to take this and we're going to mix it in with the rest of the chicken bedding. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of the chicken bedding down. A bit more than that. I'm just going to spread it out a bit. I just want a nice base for this pile. And then I'm going to wet it down because this is very, very dry. So I am using, or I'm trying to use the Berkley method of composting. If you look up Jeff Lawton on YouTube, he has a really great video on how to do the Berkley method of composting. It's basically a fast composting method. So with his method, or with the Berkley method, you can basically make compost in about 3 weeks. Now, I tried that initially and it didn't quite work the way I had thought it would, but I'm pretty sure the problem was that I didn't have enough nitrogens and things like that. So using the chicken bedding with all the chicken manure in it should help with that, because the chicken manure is very rich in nitrogen. Put a layer of the tumbleweed down and wet it down. Now both the aspen shavings and the chicken bedding and the tumbleweed are going to soak up a lot of water, so you really do want to water it down pretty well. Now I'm going to put down some weeds because they also have nitrogen in, and they're a good they're sometimes called an inoculant. Basically, I think they're a type of starter, and they help to really kickstart the compost. What I'll also do is I'll just grab a little bit of compost from my other compost pile that's already working and put it in here as well. And that's got some of the beneficial microbes, the bacteria and fungi and other things, and that'll really help it kickstart. Alright, let's get some more chicken bedding on there. Now that we've got a nice layer of that, let's wet it down again. Again, you want to get it nice and wet. Now that I've finished building my compost pile, now I am going to cover it with the top, and I'm going to leave it for 4 days. So let's cover it up and check on it again in 4 days. So I've left this for a couple days, and it's time to turn it for the first time. Now I actually left it for 6 days, but that wasn't on purpose. You're supposed to leave it for 4. But we had Easter Sunday and that wasn't going to happen, and then it was really windy yesterday and it would have just blown half the pile away. So today is the day that I'm going to turn this. We're back at the compost again 2 days later, and I have two lovely assistants with me, and we're going to get this pile tossed again this way, and we'll be checking on it and watering it down if it needs to be watered. Should we go? Let's go. Alright, we're done. You want to make sure that you keep it relatively damp, because especially here in Arizona it gets pretty hot, and that water can evaporate, and the microbes and bacteria and insects and things that break down the vegetative matter into compost, they need the water. So you've got to make sure that you have enough water. You don't want it dripping with water, you just want, if you squeeze it, you must get a couple drops out. Alright, let's, we got to wait another 2 days, and then we're going to toss this again. So today is either day 18 or day 20 of my compost. I don't have my notes with me, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's round about there. Essentially, I'm going to toss this one last time over here, leave it for 2 days, and then it's definitely ready to use in my garden, which is great because I need it. Also, I'm going to start a new compost pile over here, very similar to the one that I started to this one, in that it's going to have tumbleweed and other weeds and chicken bedding from the chicken coop as well. And this one has done so well this time. I can't wait to see what this one does. This one is, I'm probably going to make it bigger than this one.